cloud service. And what it is, it's really a cloud file sync service, very much like Dropbox, but designed for corporations and organizations. And we call it Link Secure. We host and support your data at our data center. It's a SAS 2 Type 70 data center. Your data is always under your control. You have complete control over who can view and edit documents. It actually keeps revision history up to 6 versions. And it reduces the need for a virtual private network. There's a feature that our service offers. We call it a cloud-enabled file server. What it does, it mirrors your file server in the office. So your remote users, be it salespeople, technicians, manufacturer reps, can access it without logging in directly into your network. Very convenient since everyone has a mobile device like an iPad, an iPhone. It's very hard to put a VPN on those devices. So now you can access your data from any web-enabled device securely. And when you update your files, it'll be updated almost automatically to the file server in your office. So everyone works over, on the same document. Universally accessible, has the ability to sync files across all devices, and we'll show it to you. This will be a working demo as well. And the biggest difference, or one of the differences, is that while Dropbox only syncs folders, our solution allows for backups of folders and drives. It's a perfect backup solution for laptop users. We have the same issue here. We have remote sales rep and remote engineers that work outside our office using laptops, and they're never backed up. They're not part of our organization's backup. And we've tried, like everyone else, USB hard drives, Carbonite, but this solution keeps all the data with the organization, and we'll show you how to do it simply. This kind of rehashes what I went over, but I'll point out some other features. One is the ability to send links of large files. So everyone has this issues of sending large attachments. Either your mail server won't let you send it outbound, or the recipient won't receive it just because of the size. Using FTP is very cumbersome, very complicated. Our system allows you to send a link via email to the recipient. They just just click on the link through their email, and they will download the file. Our limitation is 1.5 gigs per file, so that's a very large and generous amount. It should suffice for more people. If you need a larger amount, we can do some adjustments for you as well. Control access to each folder. So each organization can control by user or by folder who can access the data. It could be read only, it could be edit, you can have delete. And these policies can mirror your Active Directory. So there's 2 ways of doing it. One is everyone gets their own username and password, but the preferred way for an organization or a business is to use the same username and password that you're using in your office or on your network. So the user only has one username, one password to remember. We have file recovery and versioning. We keep up to 6 versions of a document. Very convenient. So if someone edits your Excel spreadsheet, accidentally deletes a big portion of it, you can go back 6 revisions to retrieve that file. Or if you just want to, for compliance sake, to see what changes have been made over the different versions, you have the ability to go back. Team growth, we have basically unlimited storage. So as you need more storage, we can allocate more storage for you. Team sharing, it's really working off like a virtual file server. Everyone sees the same file. And then more importantly, you have total control. If someone leaves the organization, unlike like a free Dropbox, the data resides on their device and there's no way the organization can retrieve it. This is completely under the organization's control. If someone leaves, you can just delete the user, which I'll show everyone here. You delete the user, it's going to remove the folders and all the data from every single device that user has. They have no choice. As soon as that device connects to the internet, it's automatically going to delete. So that's an important feature that a lot of people are using free Dropbox or other similar services, but your data is with the end user or individual and not controlled by the organization. Security encryption. All our data is encrypted. It uses something called 448-bit blowfish, very secure. Total management of security. We can mirror your file server security. So if you have a certain security on your file server and you want to mirror that to our cloud service, we can do that easily. And again, it reduces the need for VPN, which is very cumbersome and often blocked nowadays at hotels or international locations. I've gone over the email attachment, so just send large files easily. You never have to email yourself a file again, and you can send files as large as 1.5 gigs. And we have provisions if you really need larger, we can work with you on that. So before I go on, does anyone have any questions?
No, go ahead.
Okay. I think another differentiator is this is our solution end-to-end. We are not reselling the solution from a bigger hosting company or a software company. Link High Technologies owns the software. We license it. It's at our data center. All support will go through Link High. So there's no more dealing with a large company going to support you, opening tickets. You call our company, and during business hours, you will have a live support person help you. And we have emergency service, so if it's critical and you're down, you email us, and we have an answering service for larger accounts that you can call 24/7. All your data is backed up securely, both in our data center, and then we have an off-site partner. So the data is out of state as well. So it's very hard to lose your data. Some of the user controls we have allow guests to upload files to shares. We have quite a few CPAs as clients, and during tax season, they allow their clients to upload their QuickBooks files, PDFs of their expenses, any financial document. This does not, a guest is not considered a user. You can have unlimited guests to upload files as long as it doesn't go past your storage plan. Custom deleted file retention periods. We keep files for up to 6 months automatically. If you want longer, you just tell us. We'll keep it as long as you want, or as long as your storage is within the plan, or you can increase it. Multiple file and folder backup. Again, you can back up folders or actual drives with our solution. So if it's a remote user with a laptop from home or working somewhere else, you can back up the drives automatically. The end user doesn't have to do anything. They just have to have the laptop on and connected to the internet. Reporting. So we'll send you a monthly report, and our next release of the software, probably in February, you'll be able to generate custom reports, but we'll send you reports that shows how much data your organization has, list the data by users as well, and exactly if you want details, we can actually tell you the file names of all the data that you have. And then we have alerts that if you're getting close to your plan, we'll send you a text alert, but we'll never stop you. If you're a client of ours, if you hit the limit, we're just going to increase it to accommodate that, and then our account executive will contact you. Mobile access, it works on any Apple device, iOS. It works on Android, Windows, all flavors, XP, Windows 7, Windows 8, and it works on Blackberries currently as well. Actually, one feature that I haven't seen in the slide yet is security. So let me take you out of the demo and just kind of show you the security. So whenever you want to place our software client on a new device, it actually sends a little text message with the code to your cell phone. I guess I'm already logged in. Let me try this again. So that just protects, if someone knows your password, that's not enough. It actually sends you a little text message on your cell phone. You have to type in the authentication code the first time, and then that proves you are who you are, and then install our agent and start syncing files. Let's see if we can. Yes. So right now, I typed in my username and password. It's valid, but this is a new notebook. So I have to type in a little text code, which is 579094. And it just validates me as a user on the system. That it's optional, but there's no cost. As long as the text messages, it just goes over your text message plan. So, but there's no additional cost from us. So a little comparison with other cloud file sync services. We have a higher level of encryption. We have powerful administration tools for each organization. You can administer your own organization as much as you want. You can restrict quotas to users, individual users, if you want. You can request more storage. You can restrict file types. So if you don't want people to upload EXEs, you can just say no EXEs allowed. I don't believe the other services currently have that. Another powerful solution is integrating with your Active Directory. This makes it a corporate or solution. If you have 10, 20, 30, 100 people, you don't want to create separate username and passwords that they're always going to forget. We'll integrate it with your Active Directory network, and the end users will use the same username and password that they use every single day to log into the network. And then we allow up to 6 revisions. And we never replace the files. Once it hits 6, I'll actually ask the person if they have security, they can overwrite the oldest. If they don't, I'll just save it as a different file name. These are our basic storage plans. We start as low as 5 users. We go up to, I think our largest client is 50 users right now. And storage, we go, there's no really limit. We've offered up to 1 terabyte for an organization. The cloud-enabled server, which is really mirrors your server, is $50 per month per server. But it can mirror any amount of folders that you have on your server up to your storage plan. And then one attendee today will win 6 months of our Link Secure. We'll announce that right after Thanksgiving. Our account executive chat will contact you. We'll set up a little schedule. We'll install the agents for you and give you a little tutorial. Now, before I actually show you the product, does anyone have any questions?
You mentioned guest uploaders.
Yes.
Is there some sort of authorization that list? I mean, just anyone can say, I'm a guest, I want to put some data on.
You could assign individual username and passwords. Like our CPA client gives them individual username and password and makes them go through the text message authentication as well.
Okay.
And another CPA wants to make it as simple as possible, so I think they use like, client. I don't mind. It's a separate folder, and it's isolated from every other folder in every other organization. So, and if it has some sort of virus, it won't affect anyone else.
Okay.
Good. Any other questions? So I'll show you the sync agent. This is a small Windows client, and there's a Windows client, like I said, an Apple client, which works on both the iPhone and iPad. We have Android, works on all flavors of Android. We have a Mac and a BlackBerry. So what this does is these are the folders that I have access to on this laptop. So let's say our marketing. So these are the files, and if I add a file, like I added the PowerPoint, it instantly syncs up with everyone else who has access to this folder. So everyone works off the same file each time. And here, this is all controlled by security. So there's a couple of folders. This is a test account that we have with client info. I don't have access, so it doesn't show here at all. This I just set up this morning. This is a mirror of our sales folder on our file server. I just turned on syncing, so there probably isn't any data in here, but we have about 50 gigs of data on the sales. And then we're going to mirror it here because it's very important. I want all our users, employees, to be able to access information easily but securely. And I don't want them to go through a VPN. I notice that's usually a barrier for someone to actually log in and get their data. So this will just mirror off our file server. I'll show you the interface that everyone will see. So this will be your corporate interface. This is a test account. I've allocated 200 gigs to this account. We've only used 6.26 gigs of data. User folders have 590 megabytes right now. And it actually shows the bandwidth. We have unlimited bandwidth with our data center, but it just shows bandwidth. And then the types of files that we have up here in ISO, PDF, MP4. Again, you can restrict the extensions or type of files if you don't want a certain file extension as part of your files. And it shows the top users, like my demo account. I did a lot of uploading this morning. It's using about 8.5%. And so now I'll show you the accounts. You just create the users. This is a demo account, so it's not integrated to our Active Directory, but we can edit our link secure demo account. And this is where, if I type in a mobile number and the carrier, which we have quite a few carriers here, that automatically sets a flag that every time you install the client software on any device, it's going to send a text message with a little authentication code. You have to type it in. And if you don't type it in, you won't be able to install the software and sync any files. You can also offer individual quotas. So if you want to give someone 100 gigs or 50 gigs or 5, you can. And then you can email the user when they get 50%, 80%, or 100% of the quota. Web dev access usually only applies to Mac users, but you can actually make our system look like just standard folders on your desktop, and you won't know. And what I'll show you here as well is it just becomes a sync folder. So if it shows the same folders, but if I want to, I could save this PowerPoint. Right to, let me browse here, sync folder. I'll put in our marketing, link secure, and I'll just do test. So for end users is that easy, and what I've done for some remote users is under their Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, I've hard-coded the location. So when they automatically hit save, it's going to the cloud service. So there's no worries that it's automatically going to go into my documents and not be backed up. And also, since this is a laptop, what I could do is also back up my C drive. So if I wanted to, this is a perfect little backup. I could just add it to my sync folder, and it would be backing up my notebook automatically. The guest accounts, you can create guest accounts, like I mentioned here, usually CAs, or if you receive large files, you can create a special folder just for guests to upload big PDFs. Machines, this shows every device that's hooked up, like my iPhone, my workstation. I believe my iPad is probably here. And then what I did was here, mapping. So this is what we call the cloud-enabled file server. I can actually, that's a production one. Let me pick another one. So if I want to map a folder, it shows my drives. And let's say I wanted to map, I'll just pick my downloads. So I can map my downloads to a team share, or I don't have a team share, but you would map it to, let's say we do it for Mitch. This automatically, on people with the right security, my download folder will automatically appear on everyone with the right security. So it would actually show up here under sync folder, and it would just say, the name of my machine, which is Victor-Think STA, ThinkStation, and it would be my download folder. And then what I could do is assign permissions. So right here, under the LHC marking, I can assign permissions on an individual basis. I could also individual machines. So if Mitch has 3 or 4 devices, I would say, oh, you can only use it on your desktop and not your iPad. And then also, if someone leaves the company, or more importantly, if they lose their device, we can delete the machine and all the data disappears. So that's a security feature. If you delete their account, then everywhere that they've installed the client, it would delete the client and delete all the files that are synced up there. Here, you can create team shares. So there's 2 types of shares. A team share, which you can assign to your whole organization, or as an individual, you can do an individual share. So if you want to share a small, a folder just for like your department or 1 or 2 individuals, you could do it on an individual basis. I've noticed most organizations do team shares. Let's see. Backup. This is already taken every client. We back up your data every 4 hours. And then each evening it's sent to another data center in Pennsylvania. So it's redundant. Right here is your software that you can install on any device. Here's the iOS app. You could also, it's in the iTunes Store too, so you can just download it there. We have the Windows agent, the Mac agent, an Outlook plugin as well. So you can automatically send certain emails. If you want to just send them into a folder, you can also do that. And here's the Android app. Activity reports. So I'll show you all the activities. These are just test ones I did over the last month or so. But every time, everything is audited. So if you delete a file, add a file, create a file, I'll show you exactly who did it and what time. And then this is my files. This is, I have a few files, and you can create a folder. If you don't share, it's only for your eyes only. Like this HR one, it's for my eyes only. And if I wanted to share with my office manager, I can just add one person. But usually, if I create my own folder, it's for my eyes only. And if you delete a folder, you can actually automatically restore up to 30 days. And if you need more than 30 days, you can contact us, and we should be able to go back to 90 days. You know, if it's a file or folder. Any other questions?
Looks pretty good. When would you be doing your next webinar? Because I may want some other people to look at this. Because although I would approve the concept, especially when it comes to monthly recurring costs, I need a few more nods before I go forward with it.
I don't have one. I have two, and I'll do it on a one-off basis. So if you send me an email, because I'm doing one for an organization, I think December 5th. They have.
Yeah, the other thing is it's that crazy time of year where.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you tell me when, because this organization is all it's financial, and they want to talk specific compliance issues, so they don't want anyone else on. But I'm happy to do a one-off. You tell me when, and we'll try to schedule a time.
Okay, sounds good.
Great, thank you. Any other questions? Let's see if I could show. No, I don't have the plug-in. I was going to show the plug-in, but the plug-in is just goes right next to the send button, and you just click it, and it automatically sends to your folder. So you can have save all your attachments there. Good.
Now, drive backup. Are we talking about like strictly like a data backup, like it's going to back up the folders, or are we actually talking about a disk image where it might be useful to restore a system?
No, it's not an image. It's just files and folders.
Okay.
It'd be nice, but we've tried many solutions to do an image, and with limited bandwidth, it just never seems to work. So we've used this solution for remote, and then we actually have the people bring it in every quarter, and then we'll do a quick image then.
Okay. I just want a little clarification on that point. That's fine.
Sure.
Thanks.
Good. Well, if you have any other questions or you'd like to send schedule a demo, you could send an email to sales@linkhigh.com.
Okay.
And then I'll do a one-off webinar. If you have just questions, specific questions, email it to me, and I'll get you the answer.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, Chet actually came out and visited me, so I think I have his card on my desk.
Great. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. And then we'll announce the winners the Monday after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.